A couple of days ago, Taylor made her Midnight's Vault track You're Losing Me available on all streaming platforms. So in honor of that, I thought it would be a good time to do the lyric deep dive that I promised to do back when the song came out and then never got around to doing. But before we begin unpacking the lyrics, let's talk about this Instagram post from Jack Antonoff, where he's saying that they wrote and recorded the song the 5th of December of 2021, which really came as a surprise to everybody. 2021. He could have easily just said 5th of December or said, hey, here's a picture of the day we wrote and recorded the song, but he chose to tell us that this was written in 2021. The news of Taylor and Joe's breakup didn't reach the public until around April 2023, but if we look at the timeline before this, on March 31st, Taylor switched out Invisible String for The One on her Eras Tour setlist. The article that shared that Taylor and Joe had broken up said that the source said they had broken up back from February. Not to mention, Joe was not seen at any of the Eras Tour shows. And with Taylor being a mastermind and all that, it is possible that they had even broken up long before that, and she made that switch in the set list intentionally as a way to tell us about the breakup. Then she could do that without actually having to tell us about it. Of course, lots of people had already been speculating that Midnights was in fact a breakup album. And to be honest, now Bejeweled just makes so much more sense, because when I was doing my video where I went through every track and what each track was about, I really struggled to figure out who that song was about, and looking back on it now, I really think it's about Joe. Also, some Swifties were very quick to notice the brand of the wine that Taylor is drinking in this picture Jack Antonoff shared, and it's a brand called Gaslighter. So people are wondering if she's throwing hints at something. So with all this context in mind, let's start looking at the lyrics of You're Losing Me. The song starts off with Taylor painting the struggle the couple was facing. You say, I don't understand, and I say, I know you don't. This serves almost as a juxtaposition of the lyrics that she wrote for her song Peace, where she sings, give you the silence that only comes when two people understand each other, making it clear that the couple reached a point where they no longer saw eye to eye. Then the verse continues, we thought a cure would come through in time, now I fear it won't. Remember looking at this room? We loved it because of the light. Now I just sit in the dark and wonder if it's time. So Taylor addresses that these struggles have been there already for some time and was hoping for a cure or a solution to come in time, but is slowly realizing that it might not come. People have also been drawing parallels between Daylight and this segment of the song, saying how it contrasts the progress in the relationship and is just getting worse and worse. Now let's move to the pre-chorus. She asks, do I throw out everything we built or keep it? So she's figuring out if the relationship is worth fighting for. Some people think this is also referencing how in some of her other songs, she talks about them building up this relationship. He built a fire just to keep me warm. I'm an architect. I'm drawing out the plans. And people are saying that also how she's burning down the Lover house during the Reputation set during the Eras Tour is her way of answering this question, that she's ready to let it all go. She continues, I'm getting tired even for a phoenix always rising from the ashes. Mending all the gashes, you might just have dealt the final blow. The phoenix is of course an immortal bird that just continues to be reborn. To me, this is a reference to her Reputation era and just her general struggles in life. Take this line from Look What You Made Me Do, for example, where she sings, honey, I rose up from the dead, I do it all the time. So she's saying, even for someone so strong, she's getting really tired of this. This is also a struggle that she talked about in her song Labyrinth. You know how much I hate that everybody just expects me to bounce back just like that. And with that, we reach the chorus, where she's warning her lover to stop doing something because he's about to lose her. And her feelings for him are really changing. She says, stop, you're losing me. I can't find a pulse, my heart won't start anymore for you because you're losing me. Essentially, he no longer has her heart skipping down 16th Avenue. Moving on to verse 2. She sings, every morning I glare at you with storms in my eyes. How can you say you love someone you can't tell is dying? And those lyrics are just really powerful and also very painful. She's basically saying, if you love me, how can you not see that I'm hurting? How can you not see that I'm in pain? She continues, I sent you signals and bit my nails down to the quick. My face was gray, but you wouldn't admit that we were sick. This segment is of course very reminiscent of what we had in Exile in the back and forth, where the male sings, you never gave a warning sign, and she responds, I gave so many signs. We get to the second pre-chorus. Air is thick with loss and indecision. I know my pain is such an imposition. Here, Taylor expresses how her pain is not something her partner really acknowledges or tries to fix, but something that is more of an annoyance to him. And she can just feel it in the air that things are starting to go sour. Now you're running down the hallway and you know what they all say. You don't know what you've got until it's gone. Which is, of course, a topic that Taylor knows all too well, as she has written about this topic in multiple songs, like taking a look at Back to December, where she sings, "Wishing I'd realized what I had when you were mine," or also in Better Man, where she sings, "I know I'm probably better off on my own than loving a man who didn't know what he had when he had it." And now we get into that bridge that we have all come to love. Just Taylor has a special talent for writing bridges. She sings, "How long could we be a sad song till we were too far gone to bring back to life?" People have pieced this back to that interview where Taylor is talking about writing songs with Joe, and she says how both of them just really love sad songs.
Joe and I really love sad songs. We've always bonded over music. So we just really love sad songs. What can I say?
So in this metaphor where she's saying, "How long could we be a sad song?" it's also making a reference to their love for sad music, their co-writing, their whole relationship. But here she's asking, how long was a relationship going to last being a sad song? She continues, "I gave you all my best me's, my endless empathy, and all I did was bleed as I tried to be the bravest soldier. Fighting in only your army, front lines, don't you ignore me." War and battle imagery is not something new in Taylor's music. It's actually something that she visits time and time again. And here she's using it to describe her allegiance to Joe, how she's always on his side. She will always take his side no matter what, and yet somehow he manages to make her feel ignored. Moving on to the viral TikTok line, "I'm the best thing at this party, and I wouldn't marry me either. A pathological people pleaser who only wanted you to see her." So Taylor goes from saying she's the best thing at this party to saying, "Yeah, I wouldn't marry me either." She starts having some sort of breakdown and saying how she's a people pleaser, kind of going back into this whole mastermind theme that she has going on in Midnights, making a statement that she wanted to marry him, but clearly that's not what he wanted anymore, and all she ever wanted was to feel seen by him. The song continues and she begs her lover to take some action to try to fix the relationship before it's too late. And she sings, "I'm fading, thinking, do something babe, say something, lose something babe, risk something. Choose something, babe, I got nothing to believe unless you're choosing me." He makes it clear to him that if he doesn't do something to prove that he's also on her side and that he wants to make the relationship work, then he's going to be losing her, that she will no longer believe in the relationship. And with that, we conclude our deep dive into the lyrics of "You're Losing Me." All in all, it's a very painful song to hear, especially just knowing for how long the couple had these problems. And ultimately, of course, we know that he didn't choose her, that they didn't choose for each other because they went on to breaking up. Either way, I'm glad to see that Taylor is happy these days and living her best life doing the Eras tour, and also happy to finally get this song on streaming platforms because I was just relying on TikTok to hear it before. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!